Today I'm taking a look at the Acebeam EC35. It's a new light in Acebeam's EDC series. It hits a lot of the EDC necessities and comes in neutral white, which for me is pretty important. Acebeam is a newer company to the flashlight market, being established in 2014. They are quickly gaining a positive image in the flashlight community with their price to performance ratio and availability of colors. This light was provided by bestlight.io for review. It has not influenced my opinion of the Acebeam EC35. The build quality of this light is pretty solid. It's machined nicely out of aluminum and is finished with a high quality Type 3 hard anodizing. And in my sample here, it is the sand color. It was also available in black, army green, and silver. And I really like that they are offering a color choice here other than black. If you've got a lot of flashlights like I do, you will notice that a majority of the flashlights out there on the market are black. And I just really like that Acebeam's offering color options. And I really hope it's something that other manufacturers start to do too. The other nice thing about this light is the really bold knurling on it. And it's just aggressive, but at the same time, it's not too much. I really like this. I've got an Atactical A1, which I'll compare it to kind of here as we go. It's a lot smaller knurling. It's smoother. The knurling that's on the Acebeam is just really, really nice. It's grippy in the hand, but not too much. If you're EDCing this, it might do a little bit of damage to your pocket, I think, underneath the pocket clip, but for me, the extra grip there is worth it. This light comes into multiple different pieces. As you can see, the pocket clip also comes off. I like that. I think its modability factor is quite high. As you can see inside there, it's easy to get to the driver there if you want to make any changes. On the back side, you have the circuitry. And I'm not a big modder here, so I don't know exactly how this comes apart, but to me it looks like it should be moddable if you're into that type of thing. You've got the driver here with a reflector. It is a double reflective coated glass. And this reflector inside here is smooth and fairly deep. This light throws pretty well. Here's the tail switch. It's a clicky switch, as you can hear. And it's got a fairly strong spring in there. And the body tube itself, the threads look to be the same. They are square cut. You've got O-rings at both sides. You've also got O-rings on this side here, but no O-ring on that side. Mates the body just fine. What this means is the pocket clip will go either direction. So if you want to carry it like it comes from the factory with the pocket clip towards the top, or well, to the back of the light, you just screw the head on there. If you want to carry it the other way, it'll reverse and thread on just fine. One negative about this light is the body tube here. The diameter for the 18650 battery is just slightly oversized in my testing. You can see here it rattles around, and some lights take that up with the spring tension, but this light just doesn't have quite enough springs to do that. I tested several different types of batteries, Panasonic, Sony, Olight, and others, and they all resulted with a little bit of side-to-side play, even when the tail clip was on here, the back switch. And you can tell that, notice that most when you hit it on your hand. And I can shake it up there by the microphone, you kind of hear what I'm talking about. I'll roll in a picture here of the Acebeam EC35, and it's pretty similar to some of its competition. It's most similar in size to the Atactical A1, and I also compared it against a Olight S30R baton, where it's a little bit longer as well. And I'll compare it against a dollar bill here so you can kind of see against size. And it's most of the length of a dollar bill. If I put the Atactical A1 up there, you can see it's pretty much identical. These lights share some design characteristics, so if you like the Atactical, you're going to like the EC35. The UI in this light is very straightforward, and I'll do a short demonstration of that in my table shots, but it's very simple. First, you have the tail click goes on and off, and then you have this button here is the mode button. The tail click can be used as momentary as well. You have 5 modes on this flashlight with memory. If you click and hold the mode button, you get strobe. Once strobing, if you click the light off, it will memorize that, and when you click it on, it will return to strobing. In strobing mode, you can click the light, the strobe button, or the mode button again, sorry, and it will return back to the mode you're at. The light does not have direct access to Turbo or Firefly, and I always like direct access to Firefly and think it's pretty important on a light. This light has two different LED options depending on the tint you choose. It's available with the Cree XPL HD LED in cool white or a Cree XPL HI if you choose the neutral light white like I did. The XPL High does have a bit better throw due to the shape of the LED. Acebeam didn't do independent testing of the neutral white version from what I can find. The numbers published in the manual and on the website are for the cool white. Neutral white LEDs usually don't make quite as many lumens as their cool white equivalents. That said, numbers are usually within 5 to 10%, and for the naked eye, you really can't tell. So on Firefly, this light has 0.3 lumens for 1200 hours. On low, it's 30 lumens for 70 hours. Medium, 250 lumens for 6 hours. High is 550 lumens for 2.3 hours, 2.5 hours really. Turbo is 1200 lumens for 1 hour and 10 minutes, and strobe is 1200 lumens for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Reflector itself is deeper within. It's smooth, and the glass up front is double reflective coated. I didn't detect any PWM with this light, both with my eye or camera. It does have a time step down, and turbo mode lasts for about 3 minutes. Here's a demonstration of the modes on my table, and as you can see, we're in Firefly mode here. Bumping up. This is a good, nice representation of the beam here. It's got a hotter center, and it throws pretty well for a light this small that fits in your pocket. And if I back out a little bit, you can see that hot center with a little bit of spill. Bumping up, up, up. I want to do a quick video with the Acebeam EC35 to show night shots, and this one is in neutral white, and it's a pretty warm neutral white. So this flashlight has 5 modes, as I talked about earlier, and I'm on moonlight right now, which you can never see on camera. Bumping up. Starts to throw well, and this is a good shot of the beam on this fence. It's a tighter beam. I'd almost say this is a thrower. Bumping up here, you can really start to see. One more. It throws these trees well. And lastly, here is turbo. Again, it's pretty much a thrower with a single 18650 for its compact size. It throws to the school here well over 100 yards real easily. I'm impressed with the throwing ability of this light. At closer range here on the tree, you can see it's still pretty tight. The light does also offer a strobe, and when you click again, it returns to the mode you're in. A few quick things about the batteries on this light. It does have reverse polarity protection built in, which is nice. A few things about the battery on this light. It does have reverse polarity protection built in, as well as low voltage protection down to 3 volts, according to the Acebeam website. If it detects cells voltages are low, the light will flash 3 times every 7 seconds. In my testing, flat top 18650s as well as button top 18650s fit, 2 CR123As, and 16340 batteries are also an option. And the working voltage is 2.7 volts to 9 volts. I tested the parasitic drain on this light, and the exact number is drawing a blank right now, but it's very low, and I'll put it up on screen, but it should far outlast the cell inside. I did my standard 1-minute heat test with this light and found no major problems. It got to 94 degrees Fahrenheit in turbo mode for 1 minute, which is very good. As an EDC, you know I prefer a deeper pocket clip than what this light currently has. This is a good, strong pocket clip, as you can see here, but I just wish it was higher up. This light does come with a lanyard, which I'll show in a minute. The aggressive knurling here helps really keep it in place, and I had no problems with it coming out of my pocket. And being a strong tail click here, I had no problems with it coming on in my pocket. And the light doesn't have a mode that's a lockout, but you can always unscrew the back end just a little bit if you want. This light does include a nylon holster that has elastic sides, and it's a tighter fit for the light. It is branded with Acebeam here, and it's a nice, pretty solid feeling holster. Instead of a Velcro at the back here, it's got a button that's pretty strong and a metal D-ring, as you can see. It's a nice holster. So here's the top of the box for the Acebeam EC35, and it's this heavier brown cardboard box with nice printing on it. Pretty basic, but serves a purpose. And on the front here, you've got your outputs. It is drop resistant to 1.2 meters, beam distance of 223 meters, and a runtime of 1200 meters. And it is IPX8 water resistant. Inside, you've got the flashlight itself. It comes wrapped like this. It comes in a plastic bag. Inside the bag, you get a lanyard, like I mentioned. And you get an extra button cap and a couple extra O-rings I'll leave in the bag. You get the holster, which I talked about previously. And underneath the foam padding, you have a warranty credit card looking thing, where it asks you to put your name, your serial number, and your date. And you don't have to send this in or anything. I guess it's just for you to keep for your records. Acebeam is a really up-and-coming flashlight company, I think. It's not a brand I was too familiar with here in the USA until this light. I really like that they're offering a choice of exterior colors and LED tints. It's something that helps them stand out in the marketplace from their competition. The EC35 is a very solid model from them, and I'd have no problem recommending it to someone. I think it's probably an underrated model and should be considered more, especially with the availability of the neutral white option. With simple to operate modes, I think this light would be good for someone who is used to an old school on-off style flashlight, but wanting to upgrade and get into modern lithium power and LEDs. So for me, the pros and cons are choices. The body color choices and the LED tints are fantastic. This light has a simple UI to operate. It's not perfect, but it goes a long way and it's easy. I like that this light has a wide operating voltage, allowing you to use many different types of batteries if you so choose. And along with that, you've got a lot of battery options. You've got 18650s, button tops, and flat tops. You've got CR123s and 16340s to provide a lot of flexibility. And there are a few cons as well. There is some side-to-side slop with the battery. I'd prefer a deeper carry pocket clip. And there's no direct access to Turbo or Firefly. But this would also complicate the mode settings. This is a solid option, and I'd recommend you take a look at it. Let me know what you think of the Acebeam EC35 in the comment section below. Leave a like and tell me what you think.